The distance learning system policy has been implemented. Students should learn from many sources because of teacher limitation in teaching. However, in reality, there are many irregularities in using gadget as a learning media. Namely that many students open entertainment sites in the middle of a quarantine. This is of course a question, whether the intensity of using gadget can affect digital learning and the intellectual of Indonesian students. The purpose of this study was to analyze the instant learning system on the intensity of gadget use during the COVID-19 pandemic, and to analyze the relevance of the intensity of student use of gadget to the quality of education in Indonesia during the COVID-19 pandemic. The expected result is that there is a relevance between the use of gadget for students and the quality of education in Indonesia. This is based on evidence from comparative data on the intensity of gadget use before and during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Research methodology is a question. A. The influence of the distance of an learning system on the intensity of gadget use during the COVID pandemic. B. The relevance of the intensity of gadget use among students and the quality of education in Indonesia during the COVID pandemic. The research method used in this research is experimental research. This type of research will be used in research is to use the experimental design methods with the type of pre-test and post-test one group design. This method is given to one group only without a comparison group. Research time 23 June 2020. Research place Senior High School 1 Government. The data were collected using qualitative methods, namely using a questionnaire. Respondents were asked questions about the intensity of gadget use and its impact on the quality of Indonesian education during the COVID pandemic. The plan to display the collected data is to export and include the percentage result. The data were processed from before and after treatment. Result and analysis. Analysis of experimental results. From the data, 36% respondents open up a lot of social media, some 28% watch YouTube videos, 16% play online games, and 12% surf the internet. In fact, only 8% of the respondents open main learning applications. This certainly does not fit with plans for distance learning. They also argue that the existence of school online means that many assignments are sent via applications, email, etc. Researchers hope that students use a lot of gadgets to access educational materials to increase the effectiveness of the distance learning, because the teacher's role is increasingly limited. However, it's in accordance with the data that only 8% of respondents actually operate device to upload applications and learning videos, both during learning hours and in their spare time. Then, 12% of the respondents are actively looking for information on the internet. The rest plays a lot of games, watch YouTube, and are active on social media. This proves that students are not wise in using gadgets. This has an impact on the inactiveness of distance of online learning, so that it also affects the quality of education in Indonesia, especially during the COVID pandemic. Conclusion. The conclusion that can be drawn from the research design is that there is an influence of the distance of an online learning system on the intensity of gadget use during the COVID pandemic. The results are directly proportional to the implementation of a distance learning system, because the intensity of student use of gadgets during the COVID pandemic has increased compared before. So, there's a welfare between the intensity of the use of gadgets in students with the quality of education in Indonesia during the COVID pandemic. The increased intensity of using gadgets, the quality of education in Indonesia decreases. This is because Indonesian students are not fully versed in using gadgets.
What can be done as a continuation of our research is to provide socialization for Indonesian students that there is a relevance between the intensity of gadget use and the quality of education. It is hoped that it can reduce the high number of gadget usage so that the quality of education in Indonesia will be better, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Besides that, it also makes students aware of the existence of literacy programs. That way, the intensity of the use of gadget in Indonesian students can decrease because learning media do not always use gadget. It is also necessary to emphasize that the best source of learning media is a book because it increases reading literacy.